is enough said.
Happy Sunday, Heat Nation. Your boy Ernest here. Back with another Miami Heat Talk video. Guys, don't forget to show support. Hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Click that notification bell. Now that we got that out the way, join me as we go on another Miami Heat Talk adventure. Now, I got a few things I want to talk about in today's episode, you guys. Yesterday, Eric Spoelstra was at Miami League Summer League practice, and he said a few things that started opening up people's eyes. He made some interesting comments saying things like looking at the Eastern Conference next year as wide open is a loser's mentality. And I respect that about Spo, because any given game, you guys, any given game, anybody can win. This is the best basketball performers in the league in the NBA. So to look at something as easy is kind of a loser's mindset. But at the end of the day, that's not really what we're talking about. It's just that a lot of teams are going to have injured superstar players next year, which will leave the favorites of the East wide open technically. That's kind of my mentality on it, but I understand what Spo's saying and mad respect on that. Spo also mentioned that he had a beautiful conversation with Duncan Robinson about his trade. He talked about dialogue he had with Jaime Jaquez. He feels like his improvement is going to come. He also mentioned that with Kevin Love gone, leadership needs to come from other levels, and he was mainly mentioning Tyler Hero. So this is the season where you're going to look at Bam Adebayo and Tyler Hero to fully be the leaders. This Miami Heat team, they're going to go all in with this current roster, it looks like. He also mentioned some good stuff about Nikola Jovic, saying that he had a really good June and May. He's putting on some strength. He's going to come back looking different. He's saying that every year he comes back stronger. So we kind of know where this Miami Heat team is going, you guys. Unless barring like a huge mid-season trade, we know that this is the team that they're going to go with. And I'm going to touch up on that in just a minute. Now, before the main topic today, I want to mention one little thing. Spo did talk about Kel'el Ware. And he mentioned this little thing that Heat Twitter started going crazy about yesterday. People started hitting up my feed saying Spo's calling Kel'el Ware out. And then I listened to the interview. In its entirety, you guys. And I'm trying to find out where was it that Spo called out Kel'el Ware. And I was watching the interview, you guys. I saw it in its entirety. And I'm trying to find out where was it that Spo called out Kel'el Ware. And this part was posted by Anthony Chang. It was dissected in Heat Twitter. This was the part. Eric Spoelstra says Kel'el Ware needs to continue to show his professionalism. The talent is there, Spo added. But I really didn't see or hear anything where Spo was calling out Kel'el Ware. He just kept mentioning that he needs to improve. He's getting stronger. He needs to improve his professionalism. That part I heard. But for people to think that Spo was calling out Kel'el Ware like Kel'el was doing something wrong, it just shows you how sensitive people are today. It just shows you that when somebody is being challenged these days, when somebody goes out there and challenges somebody to be better, other people, especially the younger generation today, won't look at it as a challenge. They'll look at it as, oh, he's being mean to me, and oh, he's saying I'm not doing this right, and oh, he's making fun of me. Nah, that's not what Spo was doing at all. Spo was challenging Kel'el Ware to be better. We traded Kevin Love. This team doesn't have that wise, griddled veteran like they're known for having, like a Udonis Haslem, like Kevin Love became. Right now, the oldest player on this team, you guys, I believe, is Norman Powell. So we don't really have anyone that you're looking at as like an old, grizzled veteran. This is a young team. And what Spo needs is for his young players to step up and have a voice. Not just Bam, who's the captain. He needs Tyler Hero to step up, to take more of a leader role. He needs Kel'el Ware, who is coming to that next level as a great NBA player. He needs him to take more accountability, to be more of a leader. So I don't look at this as Spo calling out Kel'el Ware. I look at this as Spo challenging Kel'el Ware. Now, one thing that we did hear about later on, and this is the point of the episode I want to get to, is that it looks like the Miami Heat are planning on keeping Andrew Wiggins. Now, Spo did mention that the goal is getting Andrew Wiggins in a comfort zone. And this is what Spo said. I think there's a real possibility for growth with him as he gets comfortable with us. He's already down in Miami right now and will be bringing his family in. He's going to be here most of August and September, I think, just to get more acclimated. And I think that's really important for him. It's not easy changing teams mid-season, but you can see the possibilities of the two-way play. He's really dynamic defensively. He can guard in our system multiple players. Offensively, his skill set is really unique because you can go to him. End quote. So right there, you guys, this tells me that the Miami Heat are set in keeping Andrew Wiggins. And I know there were rumors out there about the Miami Heat potentially moving Andrew Wiggins. But if you notice, you guys, the Heat weren't going to lowball a team or weren't going to lower their offer to get Andrew Wiggins. The Heat told Lakers, if you want Wiggins, it's going to cost you Rui Hachimura, Dalton Connect, and a future first-round draft pick. This is how high they view Andrew Wiggins. And instead of a player getting on his feelings thinking, oh my God, they're looking to move me. No, look at it as how high they value you. Because this is a business at the end of the day. Nobody is a true team lifer. Only, you have your players here and there like Haslam, Dirk Nowitzki, Tim Duncan, but those days aren't really what they used to be, you guys. Nowadays, it's a business. Nowadays, once your value has diminished and once the player doesn't look at the team like it's a benefit for them as well, they move on. So the fact that the Miami Heat were asking for that much for Andrew Wiggins should show Andrew Wiggins how highly they value him. And I've mentioned this a lot, especially recently, and I'm not the only one. A lot of y'all in the comments have said the same thing, and I appreciate y'all for being in the comments. But a lot of us real Heat fans have said the same thing. After the Norman Powell trade, we're cool with keeping Andrew Wiggins. The problem we have is Terry effing Rozier. But we know what the Heat are doing with him. We know the Heat are saving Rozier as a cap filler if you need to make a trade. I think the Heat are cool with going into the season with Terry Rozier. He has an expiring contract. So worst case scenario, the Heat can either buy him out, they can keep him and let his contract expire, or they can find a trade partner for him. Let's say mid-season someone becomes available, a disgruntled player. Let's say the Giannis situation plays out. Let's say the Giannis situation goes out into the season and then Giannis is not happy and wants out. Now the Heat can make an offer. You can include Terry Rozier's $26 million contract. Add some assets. Add some draft capital. Not just for Giannis, but for any other player. This is why Terry Rozier's contract is kind of valuable. Because if you get rid of Terry Rozier and just buy him out, let's say a player like that does become available. What are you going to give up? Now you got to give up valuable players, valuable assets you have. This is why Terry Rozier's contract is kind of important for the Heat. They can include him with a package to get their guy. I hope everybody understands that. I don't think the Heat just want to keep Terry Rozier. They know they made a mistake in that trade. But at the end of the day, they gave up a first-round draft pick for this guy. So they just don't want to let him go. That's my honest opinion about that. But getting back to Andrew Wiggins, you guys, I think Heat fans are cool with keeping Wiggins. Because when you look at a lineup of Tyler Hero, Norman Powell, Andrew Wiggins, Kel'el Ware, and Bam Adebayo, in my opinion, I'm sure others will agree with me, that is a dangerous lineup in the Eastern Conference. You have Davion Mitchell right now as your sixth man. And maybe Davion doesn't come off the bench. Maybe it's Norman Powell that's a sixth man. I doubt it, but you never know. If all of these guys buy into their role, if all of these guys buy into Spo's system, this can be an amazing team. Whether you have Davion starting with Tyler starting with Norman Powell, doesn't matter. These three guards are going to have heavy minutes in their rotation. Then you sprinkle in Nikola Jovic and Jaime Jaquez, who I hope can develop more. You also have Haywood Highsmith. You have Simone Fontecchio. You have your rookie Kasparis Yakajonas. And you have an extra roster spot available in case someone gets bought out. The Heat have more than the minimum contract to offer. So I think we're good, Heat Nation. I think this team, currently constructed with a full training camp under their belt, I think they can surprise the NBA. And I know some people might find that ridiculous, but remember, Andrew Wiggins was traded here mid-season. Even after that trade, he had some great games with the Miami Heat. On this roster, you guys, Andrew Wiggins with the Golden State Warriors, he was averaging about 17 points a game. With the Miami Heat, he averaged 19 points a game. His numbers actually went up playing with the Miami Heat. So I don't see a reason why Andrew Wiggins can't be a focal point on this roster. He's an amazing two-way player, one of the best in the NBA. He can still score at a high rate. This can easily be your number 3rd option. You have Tyler Hero, Norman Powell, and Andrew Wiggins as your top 3 options. Last time Andrew Wiggins was a 3rd option was when he was in the Golden State Warriors next to Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. And how well did that do? I'm not saying that Tyler Hero and Norman Powell are at the level of Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, but it's pretty close. These two guys can be your splash brothers. You have Andrew Wiggins there. You have Bam Adebayo playing that Draymond Green role, but better offensively. And they have Kel'el Ware dominating the paint. Heat Nation, stand up. Heat Nation, let's start getting positive. Because I think that this current roster constructed can do some damage next year. And worst case scenario, if I'm wrong and they fall flat in their face and they don't have a good year, you have your 2026 pick completely protected for yourself. So that pick is ours. We will have $65 million in salary cap space after next season. And you can still make a trade mid-season if this doesn't work. So the Miami Heat have set ourselves up right. So Heat Nation, let me hear from you. What do you think about these comments that Spode made yesterday? Do you really think he was calling out Kel'el Ware? Do you believe this BS? Because I don't. What do you guys think about Andrew Wiggins staying on this roster? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate you guys. And until next time, your boy Ernest out. And that is enough said. Soulful.